Okay.
That's gonna that'll make things easier if we just not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just cut it while you're talking about
It
this?
depends. It's okay. Okay, I still like a stretch screen. That's good. It means you have an eye. So we use this. We use this thing called Chartbeat, along with a number of other things. So it's on right now, and it basically helps us to understand what the more popular things are on the site. Now, this is not something we use to really rearrange the news or keep it up. We still really rely on our news judgment of what goes on the page, but it helps us to understand kind of how things are playing out and how our readers are looking at this stuff. So you can see that, like, this article up here is doing this article's been doing pretty well since it went up, and it's pretty big news. And it's also doing well because we put it up at the top, right? So
So
not
it's
because
self-sustaining.
yeah, it's not like, wow, this just happens to be doing really good, like by chance. Like, it's doing good because we're saying it's hot, right? So, but it gets really interesting when you kind of start digging down into the longer tail or watching things that you didn't expect have happen. So, or it like during the debate, it'll be kind of interesting to look at how people are using the site. I've got a couple examples that I'll pull up here. Bear with me. Almost there. Sorry. Almost there. Screens has.
Would you mind if I take a picture?
No, I would actually it'd be good to have a picture of the class.
Yeah, and then after the class, I'll just.
I feel bad. I'm like sitting at my computer though.
That's the best shot.
Yeah, that's
the money shot.
I know.
Come on, get in here.
Wait, are we excuse me?
I should
I'm
set
gonna-
a self
you want me
timer,
to-
and then we could all get
Yes.
Then we will exchange story.
Card.
Okay, this is for card.
Want me to get one?
Thank you.
So.
Your SD memory?
Oh.
Oh.
No. I'll just pull out some pictures.
So here are some screenshots I did from the Republican debate, and the yellow is mine. So this was interesting. I'll show you the difference between these two things here. This was at 10:25 p.m. and how a news story evolves is something that we're trying to see if we can package and kind of deliver this a lot better. Because, like, right now, and this is a good example, because right now we've got a lot of stories, with the exception of the Turkey story, we've got a lot of stories that are about the debates, right? And we've kind of all put them all in this area. So you've got something about comedy and political comedy and the rise of that, and 538 to, like, Nate Silver's take on it, and then...
That's a blog. Interesting story. That blog, he was an independent young blogger who was really good at crunching numbers related to politics and fundraising and stuff, and he got hired at the As far as I know, right?
Yeah.
Got hired here.
But he also did number crunching for baseball for many years, and really figured out how to do a lot of predicting of
Moneyball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna
like
say.
in those.
No way hell.
Yeah, and so then after that, he thought, well, if you could do this for baseball, there's no reason why you can't do it for polling
That is really
and
cool.
for politics. So he started like toying around with it, and I think for a long time he went under a pseudonym on what's that Chicago politics site, the one that's run by that's highly leftist. Or highly on the left, very.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, he was on the, and it became compelling, and so he started a blog called 538. So, and then it was a couple of years ago. He came over here. So in this area here, we've got all these stories that are about the debate, right? So 26 numbers to listen for in the debate and what body language says and stuff. These are all about the debate. Now, this is all probably still going to be there 20 minutes into the debate because there's still not a lot to talk about, right? It's like only 20 minutes, unless somebody falls down, right? and then there's instantly something to talk about. And that's kind of how it was during the Republican National Convention. At that night, there's you had this story kind of talking about Romney accepting the nomination and how he was going to, and just what it meant, and blah blah blah. And you had some other links to other things, and here the yellow links and the photo where those linked to were different destinations. I should have taken an earlier shot because it was even more sparse. The yellow stuff went to this thing called our live blog, and live blog is really kind of becoming. It's a way that you can kind of cover a single event, right? And kind of just keep banging out like moment by moment coverage of something. And the live blog is interesting because what this is starting to do is starting to funnel readers into one location where they can get new stuff and old stuff, right? So if I've been working and I get home and it's 9:25 and I know the Republican convention's been going on for 2 hours and I've been busy and I need to catch up, I've got a number of choices. I got some stuff that just talks about what to expect. Maybe I've got some stuff that's currently happening now. I've got some things that are pointing out like a statement that was made that was really kind of key earlier, like an hour ago. So it's this mix. And what's really nice about surfacing individual links that all point into the same destination, which is what the yellow stuff is that it funnels, right? It like gets the reader to one single location where all of that news is presented, right? And these are just permalinks to that point in the live blog, right? So if I go and I click on Republicans highlight Obama switchers, I click on that, I'm going to read that, but I might scroll up and see the text for this, and scroll up and see that, and then scroll back down the page and see that now it's getting personal, or maybe that's the thing that actually made me want to click, I don't know. And then later in the night when that whole page actually becomes full of all kinds of things, like you can actually run all the highlights of what happened, but you're driving people to the same location. And this is not something that we're going to be doing more necessarily, but this was an interesting phenomenon we watched happen, and we were also able to watch it happen by using a tool like this. So, and then when we got into a page, for example, we could see that people were spending many minutes on a given.
And you can can track a person's individual behavior.
Not an individual. This is the crowd, right?
Yeah,
This is so like this here is the total number of people reading this article, and you can see that it says at some point it inserts something that says most visitors don't read past this point.
Yeah.
And that's really just 50%. But you kind of get an indication of where the drop-off point is and whatnot. And then the numbers here represent for just these people. What's for this set? What are most people clicking on this page and leaving to? And it happens to be that over there. Sometimes it's something way down at the bottom. So it's just kind of a really good way to understand how readers are doing or how they're finding things. So, but I feel like I'm getting off track.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. You're getting into content strategy.
So, I wanted to show you a couple of quick things here. This is also from what?
Okay.
Which images did you delete?
It's from. Okay. I went to Florida like 2 years ago and forgot to delete them. So
Okay.
yeah.
I was trying to also watch other sites and see how they were driving people into destinations. And like HuffPo at this one point only had these main links going to the same place, and these were all links to other things. But a lot of times they will use a lot of text and a lot of separate links to link into essentially one thing.
So you can use this tool to look at
No.
any site?
Uh-uh.
No.
But I can go to like when you're here, you can see that's at the bottom down here. You know, this is presidential debate 2000. It's going to the same debate night tonight.
Yeah.
Same.
Or you're looking at the links. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
And so like, what are they for? Right. So what are we? Give this moment. Okay, so that one's actually different. This is the main link. Under pressure to score debate win against Obama. So two of the links at the bottom are the same. One was different, and this is what the top headline linked to, right? So, I don't know. I just find it interesting to see how people try to package these things up,
Yeah.
sell on different sites.